You were amazing. How did it feel on stage?
Wow, it was a very, very good energy. Always a nice vibes to be here in California. You know, this is the first time I came to California. It was for this festival, so very good. Feels like home. Yes, I.
I have to say, your connection with the crowd today, the interaction, compared to last time, I just have to say, it was cosmic. It was beautiful. I have to say,
Give thanks.
yeah, yeah. And you mentioned that a lot's been gone on
True.
since last time you were here, and you were speaking about the revolution a lot, whereas before it was almost a revival. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, when I came the first time, a lot of people were still unfamiliar with the music, and a lot has happened in the past few years. So more people are familiar with the music, more people are familiar with what's happening in Jamaica, and there's a lot more going on even in your own country right now. So I think the climate was ready for, it was appropriate for the kind of show that we perform, because we don't plan the kind of show we're going to have. We feed off of the audience in the same way too. So what you saw there was a result of, the presence of each one. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually sang about some very serious topics. And I was going to ask how you, even so, it was very uplifting and very fresh. And I'm just wondering how you keep it so lively.
By the grace of the Most High. you know, we, the music is its own entity. So we're just trying to be true to it as much as possible. And my music, most of it is produced around the word sound as opposed to rhythm driven. And so the music wraps around the songs in that kind of way, and you will feel it, as you did.
Definitely. So your new album called 9. I was hoping that, well, along with your name, JAH9, and the album, can you elaborate a little bit about the meaning and number 9 to you?
Well, I mean, the number 9 is not just what it means to is what it represents in earth. The number 9 is a divine number. It was Nikola Tesla who said 3, 6, and 9. If we all understood the meaning behind those numbers, we would understand the universe. So 9 being a part of my name since birth always kind of had me focusing on that number. The law of attraction to it. The more you focus on something, the more you attract it to yourself. And I started to follow it in mathematics. We know how 9 affects other numbers. We know any number that is multiplied by 9 becomes 9. We know also that the circle is the origin, the beginning. Circle represents the feminine. Circle represents the womb. The circle is 360 degrees, which is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. When you dissect the circle, it's 180 degrees. 8 plus 1 is 9. You dissect that is 45. And it goes on and on and on. So when we observe these things in nature, sacred geometry, we see that there is a great design. There is no randomness. It is all a part of a great design. We are all a part of one great design. And when we focus on the things that we have in common in this way, then we focus less on the things that, are more superficial, like the hue of our skin or where we come from or how much money we have, So 9 represents that holistic kind of approach to life and relating to each other and livity. And that's what we discuss in the album, and that's why we entitled the album 9. That is why we hold on to the number 9 even as, representative of ourselves. Yes, I.
Greetings, JAH9.
Greetings, Empress.
My name is Catherine Gleason. I'm catalytic. On social media, I'm uploading live. Give thanks, sister, and I really appreciate and honor your presence here at Reggae on the River. It's the 32nd annual Reggae on the River. So we're raising generations of young people here, generations of people that take the message further.
Yes, sir.
You said during your set, this not no religion thing. Selassie is a man, and you can study. Can you talk about that, please? How the information does not need to be packaged as a religion in this time.
Religion, in its truest sense, like the etymology of the word, religion, in the same way that the word yoga is a reuniting of oneself with God, all principles that are contained within you as an individual, being a microcosm of the macrocosm. Religion in its truest sense is supposed to reunite you with your God self. but religion has been institutionalized. And so it becomes dangerous to even use words like religion because so much wickedness has been perpetrated in the name of religion. Yes? And His Imperial Majesty was a part of a different kind of energy in earth. Yes? He manifested the highest principle when he trod earth. We see that because he left his autobiographies. We can track his life. We can trace the impact he made on the world as a black man in that time, making such a significant impact on the world that he could be on the front of Time magazine as a man of the millennium. He's a black African king. So you know that his works were understated. And even so, he was still lauded in that way. And so it is important in a time when our children have no examples of leadership. Our children don't know. Our children think, the words leader and celebrity are, interchangeable. So it's really, really crucial that they understand what it means to lead. Yes, a family, a nation, one's self. And I think His Imperial Majesty was given unto us in this earth so that we would have at least one example. Yes, I.
JAH9, greetings.
Blessed love, brother.
Roots Master, New Orleans to Louisiana, WWOZ FM. And welcome to Calais and welcome to Reggae on the River.
Give thanks.
You're part, over the years, of a movement that's described as the Reggae Revival. Reggae Revival. What do you, when you say Reggae Revival?
I don't say Reggae Revival.
You do not? Oh, okay. Okay, then explain. What is
I say Haile Selassie the first. That is what I say. Enough of my Virginia's history in them is that them settle. But I understand the need for terms like Reggae Revival or movement and so on because it helps people outside to understand what's happening to them when they feel the current, And it is a revival in its effect. I understand that, and we all learn about marketing and how much easier it is because if we didn't, call ourselves something or if a name wasn't made by somebody within the group, then somebody from outside would have given it a name. So why not, but we don't have to entitle anything and we don't have to distract anybody from the real message. And that is what it is. His Imperial Majesty, the example for how to lead oneself, one's nation and, to organize and centralize. These are the messages that we don't want to be overshadowed by other little titles and names and etc.
Yes, the song that really touches me, and many of your songs do, Brother, the tribute to the brothers, considering the plight of black men in this country, Jamaica, prison system, gangs, drugs, incarceration, and it seems to be international where I'm sure you keep up with the politics of this country and what's going on. And
not really, but enough.
Well, you could, yeah, just about. We're on the verge of fascism, essentially, in one word. So
yes, life is a cycle. Eh?
So you travel the world, and you put your experiences, you put what you observe in song. When I hear your presentation, it's like you were saying rapping the music around the world. It is poetry. What you do, to me, is poetry. So for young people, who want to find a way of saying something, or whatever vehicle that's at disposal, what words of wisdom can you impart to them?
Breathe.
Give
Breathe
thanks.
deeply.
Give thanks.
Breathe deeply into your belly. When you inhale through your nose and try and imagine the breath going right up into your third eye. And when you exhale, imagine all of the weight being moved out of your body. Imagine all the, the toxins being moved out. And do that over and over as often as you can every day. That is the advice that I would give to the youths, And just, teach your youths how to meditate. Teach them how to empty out all of the noise because there's so much information and so much foolishness and so much, positive things too. But sometimes instead of trying to decipher through information, it's better to just still everything. Because as I said on stage, like everything you need, you already are. And if we could only quiet our minds, we could tap into that source knowledge. Yes? Remember, you have indigenous people who up in the mountains who never read a book. And these ones can speak any language and they have access to any information they need because they are directly connected to source. That is what we need to go back to now. Because right now, if we're tapping into anything else, we're going to end up in all the isms that you're talking about. So I just encourage the youths right now, empty out. Just stop listening to everything. Stop even listening to your own mind, because until you master your mind, you can't even trust it. You see me? Yes, I.
Greetings, JAH9. My name is DJ Moy from 90.9 KGC
Greetings.
Revelation Time. I met you a long time ago at Sierra Nevada with Rory Stone Love in the dance hall. Well, just the question is, who has inspired you to become who you are, and where are you going with your music?
I am yet to see where I'm going with this music, you know? I've been taking it one day at a time for a very long time, and I've watched life unfold in a way that I could never have planned. And so I'm just trying to keep doing that, you know? The inspirations, like, each of the item inspire I. Like when I make this music and I go out on the road, and sometimes some powerful people will come to me and say some things and tell me about the work that they're doing in their own circles, and I will just be so humbled, you know, because I'm here on the road enjoying and making music and so on, and they're really in the gutters doing the real work that I would love to be doing as well, because service is the highest calling, you know. So I am inspired by the servants of this earth. I am inspired by those who, you know, by women who have so little and do so much. Yeah, I'm inspired by motherhood. I am not yet a mother, but the whole idea of lightning striking inside I is something that inspires I, you know. So I'm just inspired by life. Yeah, many musicians, many visual artists, many dancers, just anyone who is willing to express life truly and honestly. Yeah, man, that is our inspiration. Give thanks.
Well, JAH9, you are a very powerful lady. I have to say, the words that you spoke today, the songs that you sang, the vocal range was incredible.
It's always rough for me when I come to like Colorado and California because of the altitude. Like, I'm so used to my big lung capacity, and I have no, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I give thanks that it was well received, you know.
Well, beautiful. Thank you so much. You were amazing. You're an inspiration, and keep up what you're doing because your message is getting out there, and we love you. Please come back, JAH9. Thank you very much.
Rastafari, give thanks and praise. Yes, sir.